Everyone says being unique is a good thing. And as somebody who always grew up feeling like the odd one out, sometimes I wonder if that's actually true. Because everybody talks about the good parts of being different, but nobody talks about the challenges. I feel like one of the hardest things is realizing that, people most understand what they already know. And when you're somebody who's trying to be a jack of all trades like me, somebody who's trying to make albums, books, games, YouTube videos, and everything, they often have a hard time categorizing a guy like me, because people are used to authors, musicians, engineers, and, YouTubers. But when you combine these things, you start breaking all the rules that they grew up on, knowing that, like, a musician should be this way, a guitarist should wear this outfit and this type of clothes, right? But the thing is that, being different is one of the things that, people notice first about you. But the truth is that being different doesn't automatically mean better, and it's like, I just feel like, as somebody who's doing a lot at the same time, that, eventually it'll help me stick out. But, especially in the early parts of a career, being different does not mean people are just gonna throw doors open for you wherever you go and just hand you everything. I should know this myself. It's not like anybody ever handed me anything for being a beautiful unicorn, if you will. But, it's true. It's like, yeah, I mean, we're raised to, especially in America, be a very individualistic society that's very much like, trying to stand out from the crowd rather than join the crowd, especially in Western countries. But I mean, the thing is that, when you're too different, it can definitely slow down recognition. So that's definitely a hard aspect of it. Another hard part about being different is that there's not that many role models, especially when you're doing something multifaceted like me. I mean, there's plenty of guitarists, but not many guitarists who are also writers, not many writers that are also engineers. And so really, I mean, I always grew up idolizing, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, all these like famous frontmen. But I mean, they were typical frontmen, right? But I mean, they never did anything like that a frontman is not supposed to do. Like, as somebody who's writing a fantasy book myself, a lot of music fans will just dismiss me as a nerdy guy over there, like talking nerd speak or whatever. But, just because I'm not every guitarist ever, there's sometimes more friction. I mean, sometimes, like when I'm posting on my Instagram, I'm posting all kinds of different stuff. I'm posting like game dev clips of me writing, clips of me performing my guitar. And when you mix all that stuff together, people just don't know how to categorize you. And, you can't look at other people for advice because really nobody's doing it quite like me. And, that's really the thing, is if you wait for validation before moving forward, you're going to wait forever if you're not following the beaten path. Because, when you're not doing it the same way that's been done, that's tried and true, people are not going to immediately validate what you're doing. Like, for example, me, when I hand out tickets to my shows, I've handed out over 2,000 tickets to my shows, for my band Acid Black Dragon. And sometimes a lot of people give me strange looks when I hand them a ticket, but, the thing is, if you wait for everybody to be okay with what you're doing, then you're just going to wait forever, So I feel like even though some people aren't in the mood to take my ticket or listen to my track or whatever, there are people that are interested in it, And so I'm just going to keep going and holding out until I find the audience that really resonates with what I'm trying to do, instead of chasing mass approval. At least that's the way I feel about things. And I guess that kind of leads me to one of the hidden advantages of being different, is that there's less competition long term. You see, initially you have to like compete with every other musician, but once the body of work starts speaking for itself more after many years, you're going to have like a very different body of work if you're like me and you have like books, music, games, YouTube videos, all that stuff. Suddenly I'm not just another guitarist, I'm all these different things. And I feel like that means that I'm only competing with myself, not with other people. And so the truth is, it's like, who cares if being different is a good thing or a bad thing? I think the better question is, am I using my differences to create something worth sharing, you know? And so that's the question I want to leave you with. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope it finds you well.